So, we've given everybody some handouts. And you'll see a handout slide that'll come up. I've got it colored in orange. I'm going to ask you to make notes in your handout slide. We've also given you some note pages that you can take notes. Why do I want you to take notes? Retention. If you just listen to me today, you're going to remember 5% of what I say. It's the way humans learn. If you make notes, you may get into the 30 to 40% retention range. If you participate, you'll get above 50. So that's your choice. But please take advantage of this. There's some I say complete the exercises. What I'm asking you to do is fill this out as we go along. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to show you a form. Historical marketing techniques. So here's the question. You hear a lot, you read a lot. Are newspapers dead? You know what? It depends on target market. Is their circulations as high as it used to be in the past? No. So, but if you have a niche market, and you have a niche market of, let's say, 65 to 75-year-olds, is the newspaper an option?
Yes.
It may very well be, right? So again, it goes back to, have we taken the time to sit down and really think about what our strategy is and what it is we need to be marketing?
You forgot one.
What's that? Yellow Pages.
When I got into massage therapy 22 years ago in the Woodlands, I could throw an ad in the Interfaith phone book and my phone would ring all day long. Because there were only 5 massage therapists.
Right.
And then, I guess it was 4 years ago, I was keeping track of how many I got from that ad. Because the ad went way up in price. It was now like, $500 to do the ad, but I'd only gotten 2 the year before. I said, it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah. So it's really important, and Yellow Pages certainly could be on there. I've done radio. Can you do some TV? Yeah, depends on what, again, targeted marketing. We're not going to talk about this today, because here's the deal. I'll give you another example. Fuji. Anybody familiar with Fujifilm? Mm-hmm. They used to have a lot of booths out years ago too. They've just reacted a little differently than the other company I mentioned earlier. All right? And so there's things that are going on in this world, but they're having to diversify. Why are they having to diversify?
Technology change. Technology change.
Yeah. Can you get TV shows on your smartphone without commercials? Yeah. So we're going to talk about how online's changed. So you're going to get some statistics today. I want it because I want it to sink in so that you really understand what's going on. There is literally a social media revolution taking place right now. So when we were in school, did we learn about the Industrial Revolution? We did, right? When our grandkids are going to school, part of the history book is going to be the social media revolution. It's changing at a pace that's not like none before. So let me challenge your paradigms for a minute. Do you know that right now, in this day and age, you can swallow a pill and you can buy an app, and that pill will go through your body and it will give you a medical diagnosis traveling through your body? It's here. You can get it right now. That's a little expensive, but what's going to happen? Think about it. If you're a doctor, how's that going to impact you? Right. So when we say social media revolution, all bets are off. And so we've got to know this stuff. Does that make sense? So, let me not go too fast there. So look, in 2000, you can see 93. Look at the participation online in 1993. 200 million users online in 2000, 3 billion. Now, 40.4% of the world's population uses the internet. 90% of the world's data, 90% of the world's data has been downloaded in the last, or created in the last 2 years. Think about that. How many books were written for 2 years ago? It's an amazing statistic. And here's a physical example of it. So this is the folks standing outside the Vatican waiting on the Pope, waiting on the announcement of the new Pope. How many smartphones do you see in that picture? One, and I think that's one right there. 8 years later, what do you see?
Let's see.
What is our consumer telling us as business owners?
Advertise on mobile media.
Communicate with me here. I don't know if y'all saw the announcement, those of you that are on Facebook, that they received 1 billion visits in a day. It's a lot. So, how many are on Facebook? How many of you have a business Facebook page? Okay. How many are on LinkedIn? So, how many are on Twitter? I tweeted before this meeting started today. Google Plus. How many of you have a Google Plus business page?
Google Plus business plan.
Page.
Don't have it.
Okay. Who's the dominant player online?
Google.
Google. Who owns Google Plus?
Google.
Do you think it would be smart to have a Google Plus business page given what they've got going on?
How do we do that, Bob?
We'll talk about that in a minute, Dennis. Thank you. Look, we've got to be present, and it's not about just being online. We've got to have a strategy behind our Facebook activity. We've got to have a strategy behind our LinkedIn activity. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. From a social user standpoint, 1.44 billion monthly active Facebook users and over 1 billion Twitter users. How many of you have tweeted? How many of you have tweeted ever? Send a tweet out. Okay, not bad. How many do it regularly? Okay. So where do they go if you tweet and they follow you? What do they see?
Nothing on my page. Information.
So that's kind of the point that I want to make, and I want us to understand. If you tweet and they come back to check you out, is that a lead for your business? Yeah. Potentially, yes, right? What do they see? You ever walked into a restaurant and it's dirty, nasty, smells bad? What do you end up doing?
I forgot my thing.
Yeah, my wallet's in my car. I'll be right back. What do they see when someone virtually walks into your business, or a page that's associated with your business?
I don't know. What do they say? What do they say?
Okay, we're going to talk about what we need today, but the reason why I'm driving this home is because this is where our lack of knowledge and lack of education can kill us, because we're saying that we're not getting any leads. Well, you're boring. You're not interesting. You're not offering anything of value. And so how do we build those three things? And it's an investment of time on the front end to think about what it is that would attract someone to us, right? I mean, think about it. Let's think of the older days. You own a store, you own a retail establishment, and someone walks in. What if you just didn't pay attention to your customers? What if you just ignored them completely? How many sales would you make? Yeah. How many sales would you make? Not many, right? So what we've got to, here's what I'm trying to get the vision in your head is someone's walking physically into your world, and we've got to embrace them. We've got to address them. And so we're going to talk about all the ways that we do that today.